Okay, so we have your Donut Fiesta regional sales spreadsheet. How about we put a picture of donuts on there?
Oh, that's a great idea.
I bet you have a picture of donuts on your computer.
I do.
Yeah, you probably would, wouldn't
A
you?
couple.
So we're going back to our ribbon,
Okay.
and we're using the Insert tab. And right below there is Pictures. And so we're going to choose Picture. And when we choose Picture, basically we're going onto our computer and looking for a picture file we've already saved. So if you have a picture of your child and you want to put it on your spreadsheet, or a picture of probably more realistically maybe some equipment or product, you could put it on there.
Okay.
And there you have your donut. Oh, that looks yummy.
All right.
You keep making me hungry.
I know. That's what my job is.
Wow, that's a
Wow.
big picture. Now, one of the things, let's take our zoom control and bring the size of our screen down a little bit so we can see more of this picture.
Okay, that's at 100%.
Let's go a little smaller, just so we can see all the handles. Let's see if we can get all the handles in there.
Okay.
Can we get all the handles in? As close as we can. Why don't you just slide the picture to the right a moment? I just want us to see all the handles. All right, one of the things you might decide to do is, wow, that's big, let's resize it. And this is a photograph. So resizing using the handles, we'll just give it a try. Let's see
Okay.
what happens.
All right. So I'm just going to grab it down this way and bring it in. Ooh. Whoa.
Kind of distorts the image, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Let's
that
hit
is.
undo.
Okay, let's...
Let's get to our buddy undo.
There we go.
When I'm dealing with an item that I want it to stay proportionately the same, the best thing for me to do is to use the resize and position dialog box.
Okay.
So what I usually do is I put my mouse over the image and I right click. And in that menu down near the bottom you will see size and properties.
Okay.
So let's click on that. Now this is a format picture dialog box, and you'll notice it tells me that this picture is 7.27 inches high by 11 inches wide. That's a whopper of a picture.
It is.
Really
big.
wanted me to want the donuts, didn't you? Notice we have the rotation option here too. So if you knew the angle you wanted to rotate an image, you could do that.
Okay.
Now we're working in pictures, but when we were working with the shapes earlier, this is there too.
Okay.
So you can use this with shapes also.
That's good to know.
The reason I like to come here when I'm resizing a picture is you'll notice there's a scale option. Height and width, and right now it's at 100%. And right below there are two check boxes. Lock aspect ratio relative to original picture size. The lock aspect ratio really is important. If I come in here and that's not checked and I'm dealing with a photograph that I want to keep in proportion, I make sure that's checked.
Okay.
That means when I change the height, it proportionately changes the width. It figures out the math for me.
Oh,
I don't have
great.
to figure it out. So let's bring this thing down maybe about 70% maybe. Let's try that.
Ooh, that's a lot. Can I just type this in here?
Yes, you can. So you can use the up and down arrow, or you can type it. And actually, I forgot, we kind of zoomed down, so that picture's still really big. Let's
That is
make it
big.
even smaller, and then we'll zoom back up. Right click. Why don't you do about 30%? Let's see where that gets us. And just tab for a moment. Just tab. I want you to notice. Notice how the width went to 30% too.
Okay.
So let's click close. And go on and
There we
fix your
go.
zoom back to 100% so we can kind of see what we're looking at in real size. That's probably a little closer. It may even still be a little big, isn't it?
It is. It's big. I would probably make it a little bit smaller than that.
But at least now you know how to.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's the main thing, is I wanted you to understand how to do that. In one of our modules, I showed you a live gallery where it gives you a preview. And we have that now. Our picture is selected, and we have a contextual tab called Picture Tools.
Oh, okay.
And notice that you have picture styles, and if you point to them, some of them puts borders on them, some of them do rounded corners, shadows, and so forth, fading, and you have a rounded one also. So you have various options that you could use if you wanted to add a style to it. And yes, you can scroll and there are more options. Notice some of them take it at an angle, kind of.
Wow, that makes it look a lot more professional.
Isn't it funny that it does?
It really does.
It really does. And it's just a simple little technique. The picture tools in Excel are really incredible. They're very good. In fact, if I want to, I can get rid of that dark background.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes. In fact, would you like to do that?
Yeah, sure, let's
do that.
Do you want me to pick one of these picture styles, or do you want me not to do this?
Maybe not with a border or anything. Maybe one of the rounded corners or something like that. Now let's take out that dark background.
Okay.
On your Picture Tools tab, over to the far left, all the way over, you have Remove Background. Click on that.
Okay.
Now, this is going to look kind of interesting. It looks at the picture and tries to decide, okay, what do you want in this picture and what do you not want in this picture? And everything that's magenta, it thinks you don't want.
Okay.
If you look at the button options we have, you could choose the first one and it'll give you a mouse cursor that allows you to mark areas you want to keep. We're missing some of the donuts here.
Yeah, we are.
Or if it identified something that you didn't want to keep, notice the next button allows you to remove.
Okay.
So let's take that first one and bring it down and just kind of draw a line across an area where you want it to keep. And you see how it did that? So you keep doing that till you get what you want in there.
I actually want most of this here.
I would agree there. If we're going to have donuts, we need to have them, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think we got them all back.
Looks pretty good to me. And then all we need to do is keep the changes. And there you go. The background is gone.
Look at that. That is so cool, because now what I can do is I can move this up a little bit to where it's closer. The donuts are actually closer to my sales data.
Right, and it doesn't look quite as big.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that a lot.
It's a really neat feature, especially if you have some photographs you've taken that you want to use, but maybe you've got too much of the horizon in there.
Okay.
You can get rid of some of that.
That's great.
And one other thing we could do is if you wanted to make this even smaller, for example, I notice we have a honey bun over there on the left.
This guy right here.
Yeah. Maybe we just want to get kind of the chocolate nut-covered donut and everything to the right. So we could crop the picture.
Okay.
Now, when I say crop, what do I mean? Do you know what that means?
You're not going to hit something, are you?
No, I'm not going to hit somebody. Where's my whip? No, I don't have my whip with me today. What does crop mean to you?
To cut out.
To cut out. So we're going to cut out the left-hand side of this picture. The picture's selected, and if you go up to your Picture Tools tab, over on the right, there's crop. So let's click on that. And notice you get black handles on each corner and a black handle in the middle. And when you put your mouse over it, it looks kind of like something you're going to just push forward, right? So let's just grab that middle one on the left and push over. And then just go back and click the crop button.
So I click the crop button, I get those handles, I place what I want in the image, and then I click on the crop button again.
And actually, we could have cropped out the top of that picture too, couldn't we? Because it's just overlapping.
That's true.
So why don't you get rid of that?
Okay,
too?
so let me practice. I hit crop. My picture was selected. I chose crop. I'm going to pull this down right above where that top donut is, and then I'm going to click on crop again. There.
There you go.
Awesome.
And if you decided to, you could try to remove more background and take some other things out, like the donut that we have a little piece of over there on the left, but you get the handle of it here.
Yeah,
right?
that's great.
Okay. So we have looked at putting the picture in. We've looked at the Picture Tools. We've seen how to remove the background, how to crop the picture. And one of the things that you might want to be aware of, because we've done a lot to this picture, is there is a Reset Picture option over to the left of those border styles. There you go. If you click on the drop down, notice I can reset the picture or I can reset the picture and the size. So what do you think the difference is?
Okay, so resetting the picture means that maybe I'm going to change all of the background that I got
Okay.
rid of. It'll bring all that back, and then reset picture and size. Will that give me my original picture that I brought in?
Probably so. Why don't you do the first one and see if you're right there?
Okay.
Looks
Oh,
like
I
you're
did
right.
get
So
some
then go back
background.
and do the other one.
Okay. Now, when we chose that reset picture and reset picture and size, I had it in my mind that it would go back to that huge picture that
Okay.
came in.
True. There are things that we did to this picture that actually converted it away from the original picture. When
Okay.
we removed the background,
Uh-huh.
we lost the connection to the original picture. So it was, at that point, it's looking back to the size it was then.
Okay.
If we had not removed the background, it probably would have gone to the other size.
Well, that's okay because you have shown me how to make that big again should I want to do that.
Exactly.